All right, guys, I saw where the video paused, so I am back. So I just want you guys to get an idea of the last part of this video. And if it's not playing, I'm just going to scrap it and go back to the presentation.
I should reverse back. No, she reversed. She can't reverse forward. Repeat again.
So notice the speaker, if you can hear.
You remember she reversed back. No, reverse back. No, reverse. Yeah, and then she went on here and she reversed back. She reversed.
And the repetition of reverse back.
You remember she reversed back. No, she reversed. She can't reverse forward. Repeat again.
And the repetition of reverse back goes into at the heart of our next topic, redundancy in writing. And I said redundancy in writing because there are many forms of redundancy, because as Jamaican, Caribbean, etc., we know redundancy as when somebody is laid off from their jobs. We know it as that. But when we talk about redundancy in the context of writing, it takes on a different meaning, right? So those of you who, welcome back, guys. I don't know what happened. I had to end the last live and restart where we were. And when we talk about redundancy, we're talking about redundancy in writing occurs when an idea is repeated in a sentence. And when we have this repetition of ideas, we see basically that you're saying the same thing twice. And because you're saying the same thing twice, then it becomes an error, right? That repetition, right? So if we look at our example, if all of us cooperate together, we will succeed. Can you tell me what would be the idea, or yeah, where's the redundancy? What is repeated? Let me know. And as you're telling me what the redundancy is, I'm going to read again. If all of us cooperate together, we will succeed. What's the arrow? Where is the arrow? Can you find the arrow? And let me just ensure that I am seeing what you guys are saying to me. I'm seeing cooperate together, and Tilly's saying all of us and together. Yes, cooperate together, cooperate. I was saying cooperate together, guys, but then when cooperate means to work, right? Together, and then you have all of us together. So it's all of us, it's cooperate together, all of us cooperate, we will succeed, right? So that you guys are clearly identifying the errors. Now, let us look at it again. So when we talk about redundancy, it is the needless repetition of words, phrases. It could be in a paragraph, sentences. If it's an essay, we're talking about paragraph, a repetition of ideas in a paragraph, or overall ideas, right? That, and notice the key term, needless. And so when we look at it closer, let us look at, it was the general consensus of opinion that we must go to the movie. When we look at general consensus of opinion, where is the redundancy? Where? And I'm looking at your responses. Sharnessa said consensus of opinion. And while the others are typing, the two words that convey the same meaning. Brilliant, guys. You are so brilliant. You are amazing. We see consensus and opinion. So one word could be removed. And if we remove, it was a general opinion that we must go to the movies. Excellent. Then the error would be fixed. Now, just as I love to recap, since this lesson is a accelerated lesson and we're looking at so many different ideas, we looked at misused metaphors, we looked at cliches, we looked at redundancy, and now we're going to look at what does it mean when we say something is too wordy, right? Now we look at this lovely sentence. And Michelle was supposed to have her car's oil change every 3,000 miles. And since it has gone 3,000 miles since her last oil change, she took her car to the mechanic. Now, when we talk about the term too wordy, if it is, looking at the example provided, the idea is being expressed. In theory, the sentence is acceptable in theory. However, we're using too many words to convey the idea that we're trying to convey. And the idea is Michelle needs to take her car to get the oil change because she's supposed to change it every 3,000 miles. That's the major idea. So when we talk about too wordy, it means that we're just using too many unnecessary words to express an idea, and we don't need to, right? So if it is that we know what we want to say, we can say that Michelle had the mechanic change her car's oil because it had been 3,000 miles since the last. And we look at the difference between what was stated before and what is actually stated, and we realize that too many words are being used. So when we look at, so recapping, when we look at the term too wordy, we're looking at the unnecessary usage of words to convey a given idea. or the overuse of words to convey a given idea. That's what I let me know by a thumbs up if you guys understand what I'm saying. Now, in saying that, I want to look back at the sample that I started with. I said to you when we looked at the paper one layout that I love to call this error recognition. Don't know what you guys call it, but it's basically you're reading each sentence to identify the different types of errors that may exist, because some sentences are okay as they stand. I want you to also note that the change in the options A, B, C, or D, there are changes, right? Compared to what you might be using now to practice. So you have to bear that in mind when you go in the exam. Now, let us go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go through all 5 of these, and then you're going to tell me what you think the error might be. So looking at number 21, I want you to tell me which letter identifies the error, or if it is okay, there are no errors, then you put A. So I want you to be inserting your letter, signifying your answer to the response in the comments below, right? And it doesn't matter if you're typing it as capital or common. I get you, I understand. So type it below. So in my opinion, I think that your suggestion to upgrade housing facilities in rural areas is impractical. That's the sentence. So you're going to look at A. Is it okay? Is it acceptable? There are no errors. Or B, the sentence contains cliches, misused metaphors. C, the sentence is incorrect grammatically or faulty in diction. Or D, the sentence is too wordy, that is repetitive or contains redundancies. And I see one answer coming in. I'm seeing A, Anika saying it's okay. I'm seeing Vivette saying D. I'm going to wait one more second for maybe David saying D. Diane saying D. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five responses out of Tilly saying D. All right. Now, in examining our sentence, we're looking at which one of these, right? In my opinion, I think, and let us see exactly what is the answer. So based on the syllabus, the answer that is given would be D. The sentence is too wordy, that it's repetitive or contains redundancies. Now, I make this error all the time, and a lot of us make this error all the time. And in my opinion, basically means I think. So since you're saying in my opinion, you don't need to say I think. And so in that way, it's redundant, right? Saying I think, it's repetitive, it's redundant. And yes, Tilly, I'm just seeing your response. In my opinion, and I think it's the same. But this is one of those errors that most of us make, and we do it without even thinking, and in our minds it's okay, but if we're being grammatically correct, it's an error. Let's just look at number 22, right? Which one of these, and once again, you can type your, so all of those, D, correct. All right, so it is his view, and one which he strongly holds, that constitutionally elected governments should not be toppled by force of arms. Let me know, guys. Let me know. Let me know what. Let me know. Tell me what you're thinking. Which one of these? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Or is it D? Talk to me. I see this one might have us a little stumped. And if it is that you're not finding any error, it's okay. Then it means that the sentence is acceptable, there are no major errors, and you type A. And I want you to note, as we're going through this, is that you're at this point, you're reading the sentence and you're going through a system of elimination. You're going through the different types of errors and you're eliminating what you think it is versus what you think it is not. All right? So I'm seeing D. Somebody's saying maybe A, C. I'm seeing A. Let me know. Talk to me. Talk to me. All right. So I think this is roughly around the same. So drum roll, please. And the answer is, are we seeing the answer? The answer is A. So although it might seem like it's too wordy, it is correct, because although you have your commas here, your commas are acting like brackets, right? So if it is that we should take out that phrase, we call that an intervening phrase, then it would be, it is his view that constitutionally elected governments should not be toppled by force of arms. If in doing that, in taking out this intervening phrase, we realize that nothing is wrong with the sentence. In looking at the sentence with the intervening phrase, and one which he holds strongly, that intervening phrase is just saying that, yo, this is what he thinks. And he feels very strongly about what he thinks. And it goes on, right? And so, at first glance, you're like, because your brain is automatically looking for an error. But always look at the sentence and say, okay, if I've done the elimination, it's not B, it's not C, hold on, it could be D. Let me check if it's D, but if it's not D, it's A. Another thing is that when we talk about too wordy, it's not about how long the sentence is, because sometimes students tend to say, Miss, it's too wordy, because they say, oh, the sentence look long. No, it's too wordy is meaning that you're using too many words to express an idea that in nature is quite, you don't need to use so many words. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. I see Tilly saying, okay, I understand you. Let me know. Now, if we move on to 23, 23 is one of my favorites. When the clerk raised his voice in protest, his boss asked him to hold his tongue since empty vessels make the most noise. One of my favorites. One of my favorites. One of my favorites. Talk to me, people. Talk to me. What do you think it is? Type it below. Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Is it D? See, David is straight out the gate with his B. I see Shanessa, B. I'm seeing Vivette with B, Nicole with C. Now we're coming along. Anyone else want to throw their hats in the game, in the ring? Oh, I'm sorry, Anika. If it's not clear, I'm so sorry. B, Chanel say B. The answer is B. And you see the red B at the top? It's B because when you look here, since empty vessels make the most noise, that would be considered a cliche. Because when you look at empty vessels make the most noise, or even if it's a misused metaphor, it's B. And what I like about cliches is that for the most part we're able to identify them and they're quite okay. But on the other hand, if you're not familiar with the cliche, you won't get it. But then when you look at it, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like when you read it, you know that, okay, that saying is a saying that is overused. It's something that is just, I don't know. Let me know if you guys get what I'm saying, because I feel like I'm rambling. All right, so let's go to 24. And the extremely extravagant girl was so animated, cheerful, and high-spirited, comma, she was invited to many parties. What is it? Is it A, B, C, or D? And guys, we have one more, and then we kind of wrap up. Yeah, people say it all the time. Wama Jama. Love that name. People say it all the time. Hi. So talk to me, peeps. Talk to me. I'm seeing D, C, D, A. Guys, can I tell you that some of you are in my mind, or A. Hi. Some of you are in my mind. Then C, some of you are in my mind. When I first saw this, so the answer is C, right? Oh, sorry, I see answers coming in. The answer is C. But when I first saw this, my answer was D, right? I was like, D, straight down. But then when I was looking at the syllabus, the answer they gave was C. And I had to be like, I had to pause and I had to look at it again and to say, okay, is there any real redundancy, wordy, repetitive? Yes, I know extremely extravagant is there, but otherwise, there's no redundancy. But then I looked at it and I was like, okay, the extremely extravagant girl was so animated, cheerful, and high-spirited. Okay, that's one clause. She was invited to many parties, another clause. And I looked at it and I said, oh, if it's C, could it be that instead of having a comma right here, it should be a semicolon? So this is what I realized about C. Guys, I'm not going to kid you. C, if it is that you are not a grammar police, I'm not a grammar police. But if it is that you don't, if grammar is your weak area, then you're going to have problems with error recognition in identifying C. Whereas we can identify, in some cases, subject-verb agreements errors quite easily, pronoun antecedent errors quite easily. Sometimes errors of punctuation, errors in terms of incorrect word usage. If it is that you are poor in grammar, might pose a problem. Wama Java is saying animated and cheerful and high-spirited aren't redundant. Oh, as a question, the question has two answers. That is my final answer. I love it. That one was tricky. It was. And when I saw it, guys, immediately I was like, this one is problematic. This one is going to be a problem. So you have to, and remember guys, you cannot shade two answers on the paper. And also remember that if it is that you're doing the CXE exam using a paper script, it is going to be a machine that marks your paper. And so when the paper is fed into the machine, it picks up your answers. And if it is that you have answers that are not clear, meaning you have, say you believe it's A and C, and you put A and C, you have a problem. Just saying. Final one of the day. Guys, why is it we're having so much fun? This should not be fun. Well, okay. Yes, it should. Last question of the day. Is it any wonder why the children that Miss Brown knows behave like delinquents when they have a heroine that thinks the worst of them and they're kind? Talk to me, guys, because for me, not going to lie, when I saw this one, I was very, very, yeah. I'm interested. I'm very interested to hear what you have to say the answer is. Tilly said, teaching and learning should be fun. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I agree. It should be. So, what would you is agree? Okay, answer the question, please, because I'm curious. I'm excited to hear what you guys think is the answer. So, is it A, B, C, or D? Talk to me, people. Tell me what. Tell me. Talk to me. I'm dying to hear your response. All right, so I see C coming up. We have first responder C. I'm seeing A, I'm seeing C, I am seeing Onika. Onika says she has a paper. All right, so guys, while I see the responses coming in, I'm seeing TC. While I'm seeing the responses coming in, read that. I will not be. Somebody says they have a 20 whatever paper that we can work on. The challenge with working on paper 1 is that we shouldn't have paper 1. It's an unsealed paper. If I work paper 1 here, I'll be in trouble. And I'm sure you all don't want to come and visit me in prison. So that's why. So we have to be cautious in our approach. All right, so the answer is C. So all of those persons that said C, we're swimming in the sea, you are correct. So the syllabus says the answer is C. Now, in looking at it, talk to me, guys. In looking at it, Tilly said the whole sentence is confusing. It is not punctuated correctly. Anika, okay, so Anika sees my point. Excellent, Tilly. Mama Jama said, I know it was. See, and Tilly's having a dance party over there. And all of the persons who got it correct having a dance party. All right, guys, so that's it. Now, I wanted to add some more stuff, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to post on the site, not today, tomorrow, on Facebook right here, paper 1, error recognition, Google e-test that you can do that you'll get the answer immediately. So I want to say, guys, I really enjoyed today's class. I know that we had technical difficulties, but fret not. This video and the video that was created previous to this will be combined and posted on YouTube. And so we can go through it. I want you guys to comment below and let me know what other lesson do you want me to cover? What other topic do you want me to cover? I have some that I'm thinking about doing, but I'm happy that I got to do this. Guys, I've been dreaming about this lesson for a year now, and I just did not have the time to put it together. Thanks God to COVID, I have the time. No, but what other lesson do you want me to present here that we can do together? Comment below, and then we will wrap up. Oh, Guyana, Alti. It was funny watching from Guyana. Hi. Happy you could make it. And after you've said what other lesson you want me to comment and let me know where you're from, because I know our CSEC English Made Easy family, we are regional, not just Jamaica where I'm based. And Tilly, thank you. Thank you for being here, you and the gang. Any other lessons, let me know, and then we'll sign off. Hi, Anika, Guyana represented. So we have our Guyanese family. Hi, I hope you guys are well. So you guys are good. You don't want me to do any other lesson for paper one. I shared yesterday a paper 3 lesson that I did about 2 years ago. Not a lesson, overview. That's something that I'm thinking about doing next. Diane from Guyana. Thank you, Diane. I'm happy that we enjoyed. Tilly from Jamaica represented Tilly and the gang from Jamaica. And so guys, so we don't, you all don't want no lessons. You all are good? Okay. All right, guys. Oh, Anika says comprehension. I was thinking about doing how to approach the poetry comprehension before looking at the comprehension, right? So, and guys, I have an announcement coming up that I thought about over the weekend, and it's something I should have done, but I'm going to attempt it now, and that's going to be announced later this week. So I'll let you know later this week what that is all about. Tilly said comprehension. Okay, guys, so comprehension it is. Diane said yes, comprehension. Okay, so we're in agreement. We're going to be looking at comprehension for our next topic. Guys, thank you very much for being here. Tilly, on the YouTube channel, I have story writing and persuasive writing that's up. I'm not going to do that topic as yet because I'm focusing on the paper 1, but I'll revisit it, but not now in our current preparations. All right, guys, I want to say thank you. I enjoy your presence. I enjoy you being here. My schedule is so hectic that I will try and announce as much as possible before when I'm going to do a video or a live session, but I'm going to just say turn on your notifications for this Facebook page so that when I go live you can see. But I'm sorry if it's short notice, but everything is here that you can go back and visit. Hi LT, thank you. So have a good day everybody, and I will see you in the next time we meet. Bye bye. And I'm going to pause a second to let this, and then we can stop.